guys, and welcome back to my channel.
Ever since the day that you went away, you've been sending flowers to me, flowers today.
Today's video is going to be the highly requested how I edit my videos. I have been getting this video request for so long, and I just haven't done it because I've just always, I feel like it would take so long. I always thought that it would take so long to gather my thoughts because I'm very unorganized. I don't know if you guys can tell from my other videos, I'm very disorganized. So I made a list on my phone of everything that I wanted to go over just so I don't forget anything, because I love editing. Editing is probably my biggest passion, and I'm so excited to share with you guys how I edit. So with that said, let's get into today's video. Okay, first things first, I use Final Cut Pro to edit my videos, which is a paid software on Mac. I think it costs like $300, which is so much, I know, but you can get a 90-day free trial, and I just love it so much. It actually came with my MacBook, so I didn't have to pay that much. I think I paid like an extra $90, which was such a steal because I use this like literally is my ride or die. I don't think I could live without Final Cut Pro. I genuinely love it so much. So sadly, you do have to pay for it, and it is only on MacBook. But with that said, let's get into actually how I edit my videos. Okay, so I'm just gonna screen record it and put myself in the corner so you guys can kind of see. But first, what we're gonna go over is probably the most important but also most basic thing in this tutorial, which is splitting your video, because I know like each editing program does it differently. So I'm just gonna show you how to do it on Final Cut Pro. So I'm using this clip from my What's on My iPhone video. But basically, if you, let's say I want to split it here. Basically what I do is I click Command B on my keyboard, and then there, it's split. But if for whatever reason you don't want to do that, you can click on this little mouse and then click blade and then click wherever you want to split. Someone taught me the Command B hack, and I've used it ever since. I just feel like it's so much faster, especially because I try to edit as fast as I can. So I just like click Command B and then let's move over, click Command B here. It's a lot easier, but obviously like if you don't want to do that for whatever reason, there is another way to do it. I think that's all I have for like basics. Honestly, there's nothing else really that interesting. So next what we're gonna go into is transitions. Okay, so next what we're gonna go over is transitions. As you guys know, I use transitions in so many of my videos. I love them so much. So basically how you get to transitions on Final Cut Pro is you click on this little infinity-ish sign thing, and there are so many to choose from, like it's actually overwhelming. I'm just gonna show you guys a few of my favorites because there are so many. So my favorite one that I like to use a lot is circle. Let me just put it so I can show you guys. It basically, you guys have probably seen this in a lot of my videos, but it basically just like circles into the next clip, and I think it looks so nice, and I saw so many other vloggers using this, so when I started vlogging, it was like my go-to transition. But now I kind of use other ones too. I use this one called static all the time, which you guys have probably seen me use more recently. I just think it looks really good and adds like a lot to the video, but obviously I only use that like in certain occasions because it's a little bit more in your face. Another one that I like using is cross dissolve, which is the first one that shows up. It's pretty like basic, but I feel like it's good for like transitioning from text to text because it's not as in your face. It just kind of slowly dissolves, which I like. And then the last one that I use is center, which is kind of like circle. Sometimes I switch between the two. It basically just like centers into your next video. And honestly, it kind of depends on the situation for when I want to use each transition. But normally, you guys notice that I don't like just do the transition. I normally have a sound effect with it. So the sound effect that I normally like to use with transitions is I like to use the like swoosh sound effect. I'll put it here so you guys can hear it. Yeah, and so basically how you can find that is click on this little camera and music thing, and then it comes to sound effects, and then you can just search swoosh. Oh, maybe it's not called that. Swoosh? Wait, I swear it was here. Basketball, swoosh. Wait, let me try and find it. I'll be right back. Okay, so I just realized you can't find it in the actual Final Cut Pro thing, and you have to download it from YouTube. If you guys want a separate tutorial on how you do that, I can show you. But basically, once you have your sound effect download from YouTube, there's many ways you can do this. Just search up your video, copy the link, and then go into a YouTube MP3 converter. I'll put one in the description that I like to use a lot. But basically, I just line up the audio with the transition so that it kind of looks like this. It makes like a sound effect when I transition into a new scene or a new clip. I feel like it just makes it very cohesive, and I love doing that. I'm gonna see what's next on my list, and I'll be right back. As you guys can see, I am very disorganized, but we're rolling with it. So going off from that sound effects that I like to use other than that swoosh is, you guys probably see me doing the mouse click one all the time, which I'll show you guys how to do in a second. But another one that I used to use all the time, but I don't use anymore as much, is the bottle cork. It sounds like this. Wait. I love the bottle cork, and I don't know why I don't use it enough. I also kind of like can open or soda can. I like soda can. I don't know if they still have it. They used to have it. But the one that I use the most, arguably, which probably all of you know, is this one. Yeah, I use that religiously, and basically I also just downloaded that from YouTube. I'll link it in the description. I just searched up like computer mouse, and basically you just have to download that and then drag it on. So I'm gonna do that and I'll show you guys what it looks like and sounds like. Okay, so arguably that is the sound effect that I use the most. I just am obsessed with it. I've used it for years religiously. I just found it and could not stop using it. I feel like it's the best way for me to transition from clip A to clip B. I just love it so much. Other than that, I don't really use any sound effects. I mean, honestly, Final Cut Pro, like, look, it has all of these. It has so many to choose from. Sometimes I'll use their jingles, but honestly, I don't really use that many other sound effects. The ones that I use the most are definitely the computer mouse and then the swoosh. Okay, next we're gonna go over a big one, which is text. I feel like text is like what makes your video. So I'm gonna go over my favorite things to do, like how I make my text, favorite fonts, stuff like that. So basically how you get to text is you click on this little T icon, and then there's so many different ones to choose from. Like there's typewriter, which I use in the beginning of my videos a lot, but most of the time you'll see me use just this basic title. So you just drag it on, and then I'm just gonna leave it as title, but let me just make it a little bigger so you guys can see. Okay, so basically I'm gonna go over my favorite fonts first. So my favorite fonts are definitely Helvetica. I use Helvetica so much. I use it in its regular, bold oblique, and just oblique format. And then another one of my favorite fonts that I also use a lot is Coolvetica. You guys will see me use this a lot. I love this font. I also really like Drunk Wide. I'll use that a lot. And I like Soap. I love using Soap. I think those are like my favorite fonts. I mean, I also like using Gill Sans. I think that's how you say it, Gill Sans. I like using that one a lot. And then basically I'll go back and forth on how I edit my text. Like literally every single video, it will be a new thing. But some of my go-to ones are, I have them saved, but it's basically this yellow flowers where I have the text be yellow and the outline be black. And sometimes I'll do like a glow yellow black. Honestly, the best thing that I can say to you is practice with your text, because I've gone through so many different like phases of text because it's so hard to find one that matches with the video. But basically how you edit your text is it's pretty easy. If you scroll down, you can just edit the face color. So if I wanted to like make it like light pink instead, because I feel like that matches with my hoodie, I feel like that looks really nice. And then obviously you can change the glow. Let's say I want to make it like a darker pink. Like it's very easy to change. I feel like Final Cut Pro, it's very user friendly. You can also make your text bigger obviously by using the scale. You can position it differently if you want. Like it's very user friendly. So I would definitely say my favorite fonts are Helvetica, Coolvetica, Soap, Drunk Wide, and there's one other one that I can't think of, so if I think of it when I'm editing, I'll put it on the screen. But if you guys have any more specific questions about how I do my text, definitely comment down below because I feel like I'm not getting into all of it right now. But yeah. Okay, next we're gonna go over zoom ins and zoom outs. First I'm gonna go over zoom ins. So you guys will probably see me doing a lot of zoom ins like this. And like this. Sorry, I'm making hand motions because I'm gonna edit myself to zoom in and zoom out when I'm editing. But the first thing I'm gonna show you guys is probably the easiest thing to do on Final Cut Pro. I did this all the time when I was a beginner.
Okay, you guys, so as I was editing this, I realized that I forgot to screen record myself doing the zoom in portion. So after this clip, you'll see a clip of me re-recording it to show you guys how I do it. Bro, I swear I like just genuinely don't even know what happened to the clip. I searched my entire computer. To be fair, my computer's a mess. But anyways, long story short, the next clip you'll see is a re-record of how I do my zoom-ins. Okay, you guys, so basically I'm just using this clip from my video that I think I posted last week, but basically you just want to click on this little square thing and then click on this little downwards caret thing, click crop, and then Ken Burns, and then you basically want to make sure that your end is where you want it to end and your start is where you want it to start. Normally I like to have the start like kind of like that and the end like that, and then you just click done, and then boom, it zooms it in for you. It is so easy and so just genuinely, it's so easy. And you can adjust it too, like if you want to zoom in faster, the closer your end point is, the faster it'll zoom in. Like if you see this right now, it'll zoom in a lot faster because it's zooming in closer. And you can also switch the start, like if you wanted it to zoom from like outside and then zoom in, it goes kind of like that. So there's many ways you can adjust it, but it is so easy and I love doing it so much. Okay, you guys, and then the next little zoom that I do, it's really easy easy too. Basically, you just want to click crop and then just change it to where you want it to zoom into. So normally I just do a small zoom like that, and then there it crops. I don't know if you guys could just see, but it goes like in and then out. And it's so easy too. You can also just like obviously adjust it. Like if I want to zoom into my face for whatever reason, I can, sorry, that's a little close and personal, but if I want to zoom into my face, it's really easy. That's honestly how I do all my zooms, and I love doing zoom ins. I feel like they keep my videos very entertaining and engaging.
Okay, you guys, I was having some technical difficulties, but we're back now, and I like filmed this already, but I realized I wasn't recording on my computer, which I'm still not. Yeah, this is why it's taking me so long to film this video. Anyways, basically how you do like the little black zoom out thing that I do all the time is you just split your video where you want it to happen, and then these little blue dots should appear, and then you just basically use your mouse and zoom it out. And obviously you can adjust it, like if you want it to go further, you can just zoom it out more. It is so easy, you guys. I could die on a hill for this app. I actually love Final Cut Pro so much. Like I would genuinely die for it. It is so easy, and it makes your videos have so much more, like, I feel like it makes them more entertaining because you're not just staring at like a blank like screen or person for that long. Like I love doing it like literally all the time, as you guys can tell if you watch my videos. But yeah, it's really easy. And sometimes I'll put a color behind it. Like you guys will notice that sometimes I'll like zoom out but put pink behind my face. So I'm gonna show you how to do that in 1 second. I'm just gonna load the pink background onto Final Cut Pro. Okay, so basically I just loaded on my pink background, and basically, oh, I keep moving my camera. Anyways, basically I just drag my clip on top of the pink, and then there. I used to never know how to do this, and then one day I figured it out, and my life was literally changed. I genuinely was on cloud 9, because I always used to see YouTubers do it, and I had no idea how they did it, but that's how you do it. Okay, you guys, so I switched my camera, like, because it was hanging on by my computer kept falling. Long story short, I really hope you guys aren't crooked right now, because I have a feeling you guys are. But anyways, the second to last thing actually that we're gonna go over is overlays. Basically, you guys will see me using these overlays all the time, like the stars, the subscribe, little frame thing, and basically I got them all off a video from YouTube, which I'll link in the description. But basically, once you load that video onto Final Cut Pro, I just pick the subscribe for this example. I go to this little like 2 square button, and then you just want to search here, and then click on green screen here and drag it onto the clip, and then I don't know why it's not working the one time I try to show you guys. Wait, please stand by. Okay, we're gonna use this one. I don't know why the other one wasn't working, but basically you just drag it on and it gets rid of the green screen, and I love using these effects. I used to use them a lot more than I do now. I kind of forgot that they existed, but filming this video made me remember. So next vlog, hopefully I'll be using a lot more overlays because I love using them and I feel like they give my videos so much pizzazz, and I definitely recommend using them, so I'll link this video in the description for you guys. Okay, actually last thing that we're gonna go over is effects, because I just realized as I was filming this that I forgot to go over this, but obviously Final Cut Pro has so many effects to offer and I love using them. So here's one of my favorites. I'm gonna show you in a second. Wait, let me split the video like 3 times. Okay, here. So the first one I like using, basically to get the effects, is you just click on the same like 2 squares. I like going to distortion, and I use the fisheye a lot when I say something really funny. Like you guys will see me do that a few times. I don't do it that much, but I really like using fisheye. I also like using earthquake. It kind of makes your screen kind of, I mean, you can like make the amount larger, but it basically makes your screen shake. I don't use that as much either, but I do like using it. I also like using, where is it? Underwater. I use this sometimes too. Not as much actually. I used to use this a lot when I started vlogging, but I use this one a lot. The water pane. Basically, whenever I say something like sad, I always use the water pane. I also use black and white a lot with the water pane. Black and white. Yeah, I like using this one. Another one I like using when I'm like speeding through things, like doing speeds, is I like using bad TV. It kind of gives your video like effect of bad TV. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. I'm so sorry that this video was all over the place. I cannot get like my thoughts coherent whenever I'm trying to film. Like I feel like it was just kind of scattered, but I really hope that this video helped someone who was watching this. If you have any more specific questions about how I do anything specific, definitely let me know in the comments down below, and I'll try to answer all of your questions. And if you want, like, I know I kind of skipped through like some basic things like how to make a project, how to make a library. If you want like a beginner tutorial, definitely let me know, because I'd be happy to do that too, even though after watching this tutorial, I don't know if you guys want another tutorial from me. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much. Bye guys, love you.